Hey there, let me take you back to one of the most unforgettable experiences of my life. This isn't your average meet cute story, trust me. It's a bit more messy, a lot more intense, and definitely one I'll never forget. So there I was new at school. The air smelled a bit too sterile, like those fancy cleaning products they use at schools to make everything look polished but feel a little too perfect. You know the feeling, right? The buzz of the hallways, the chatter of kids trying to make themselves sound cooler than they actually are, and the sense that everyone knows each other while I'm just trying to figure out where the heck I'm supposed to sit at lunch. It was one of those first days where you just know you're not quite fitting in, and there's this overwhelming urge to disappear into the crowd. But of course I didn't. I had to be there. And this whole thing started with a dare. It all began when I met her. No, wait, let me backtrack a little bit. See, there was this girl, Emma, and she was different. She was that girl, you know, the one who seems to have everything figured out, and everyone is a little scared of her, but for reasons they can't quite explain. Yeah, that was Emma. She had that look, the kind that makes you wonder if she really gets you, or if she's just way out of your league. Anyway, so I wasn't the only one who noticed her. In fact, there was this whole buzz around her, especially when it came to the guy she was with. Brad, as I'll call him, was kind of the opposite of Emma. He was everything you think of when you imagine the popular guy in school. Tall, good-looking, confident, but kind of a jerk. Yeah, he had that whole I can have anyone attitude, and it made everyone around him feel like they were either chasing him or being stepped on. But back to Emma. She wasn't interested in Brad at all. That's when things got interesting. Because, yeah, I kind of made a bet. A stupid one. But hey, peer pressure is real. And who doesn't want to fit in, right? The idea was simple. If I could get Emma to fall for me, it would totally flip the script on everyone. I mean, I couldn't help it. She was just so intriguing. But here's the thing. It wasn't going to be easy. Oh no, because Emma had her own set of rules. And I was about to break every single one of them. At first, it felt like I was playing this weird game where I had no clue what the rules were, but I just had to keep pushing. So I kept showing up, try to win her over in ways that made me feel like I was constantly getting the wrong signals. I mean, she's this beautiful, mysterious person, and I was just trying to find my way in her world. Every time I thought I was close, I'd mess up somehow, say the wrong thing, make the wrong joke, or worse, look like a total fool. And believe me, I did. I was a mess. But that's what this story is about. Finding someone who sees you, not for who you pretend to be, but for who you really are. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything was all smooth sailing. It wasn't. At first, I felt like I was playing a role. It was like wearing someone else's shoes that didn't quite fit. But slowly, as I spent more time with Emma, something shifted, and I started to see her in a way I didn't expect. She wasn't just the cold, distant girl everyone thought she was. She had layers like an onion. The more I got to know her, the more I realized that beneath her tough exterior, she was vulnerable, afraid of being hurt, just like the rest of us. And man, when I saw that, things changed for me. It wasn't about the bet anymore. It wasn't about winning or losing. It was about wanting to be with someone who understood what it felt like to be broken, to be misunderstood, to be afraid of being loved. I started to care about her. Like really care. But here's the kicker. I couldn't just tell her how I felt. Nope, that would have been way too easy. Instead, things came to a head in the most dramatic, painful, and gut-wrenching way possible. Emma found out about the bet. She found out I wasn't being real with her, that I'd used her for my own gain. And it broke her. That feeling, when you realize you've hurt someone you genuinely care about. It's like a punch to the stomach. Everything I'd done, everything I'd built up, came crashing down in an instant. I tried to fix it. I tried to make it right. But I knew deep down it was going to take more than just words. It was going to take action. I had to prove I wasn't the same person who started this whole thing. I had to show her that I wasn't just some guy playing a game. And yet it was messy. It was awkward. But sometimes the things that hurt the most are the ones that change you for the better. In the end, Emma and I worked through it. We didn't just skip to the happy ending right away. There were a lot of tears, a lot of apologies, and a whole lot of self-reflection. But here's the thing I learned from all of this. Love isn't about perfection. It's about accepting someone for who they really are, flaws and all. It's about making mistakes, owning up to them, and finding your way back to each other, even when it feels like it might be too late. So yeah, that's my story. The one where I went from being a guy trying to impress someone to becoming someone who really understood what it means to love and be loved in return. It wasn't easy. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And looking back now, I wouldn't change a thing.